My name is John Q. I am the head youth coach at On the Rocks Climbing Gym and the education coordinator. And today we're going to be talking about our wall surfaces and what you might experience as a new climber. Over here is our bouldering wall, and on it we have many different kinds of holds, many different kinds of routes that offer many different styles of climbing. And there are a couple things that beginner climbers need to know about. The first thing is what's going to be our favorite kind of hold. Our favorite kind of hold is going to be what we call a jug. It has very deep in cuts. You can get your fingers all the way behind it. And if you think about what else is a jug in the world, you know, we got milk jugs, water jugs, things with handles, things we can hold on to. And they're really easy. Generally, they are big. Sometimes they're really big, like this guy over here. But other times they're just smaller in-cut holes. And we can climb on those very easily because they allow more of our fingers and more support on our hands. A new climber's bane is going to be between two different holds. We have crimps, which are small, little thin things that we need some finger strength, some contact strength. And if you think about a girl's crimped hair, you know, it's got those little waves, those little ridges, those little tiny things that give you some surface. And then the opposite of that, complete opposite, is what we have our slopers. Our slopers are usually rounded holds, things with sloped edges. Think about riding down a ski slope. It's smooth, it's often angled, and so we have these rounded holds that sometimes have some positivity to them, but often are just pure friction holds. And beyond that, we have things called pinches. And if you think about what a pinch is, we use our thumb to squeeze, and sometimes they're small pinches like this, and other times they're big. And you can pinch anything, you know, you can crimp anything. We can use our thumb and kind of pinch this jug, pinch this crimp to make them good. But when you're pure pinching, your thumb is the thing that's holding you on that wall. And then another hold that is a little more advanced and can be a challenge to a lot of people are pockets. Things we can only get a few fingers in, 2 fingers, sometimes 3, but other times I can only fit 1 finger in that hold. And with all of these holds come different ways to use them, different ways to make them the best hold possible. The other main features of a climbing wall are the wall itself. As you see, we have roof climbing, where you're completely upside down and you're climbing over this roof. We have overhang climbing wall, it's slightly coming out from the ground. And then there's slab climbing, in which the wall is the opposite, where it goes in away from the ground. And all of these different types of climbing require different techniques, different body positions, and using the holds in different ways to maximize the climbing. So over here is where we're going to talk about the different wall surfaces. There are 3 main things that you might encounter in a climbing gym surface. You have volumes. These are additions to the wall. They're essentially large holds that we add to the wall to add volume. All right, and that's where they get their name, volumes. We can attach different holds to them. We can use them as holds themselves. And these are very, very useful for setters and for gyms to add dimension when we just have a flat vertical wall. Another thing you'll encounter in a gym is what we call an arete. An arete is an outward corner in which you can use occasionally as a hold as well. You can use it for your hand, you can use it for your feet, but it's just an outward corner that you often have to navigate either around or up. And outside, you'll have these corners of the walls, corners of the boulder that you have to navigate and climb on. That's where it gets its name. The other one is an inward corner, what we call a dihedral. You can also think of it as a book. It's where we're in, and when we're in this area, we can use both sides of that wall to create pressure, almost like a chimney, almost like you're climbing up a hallway. And we're just using opposing pressure. We use a technique called stemming to climb in an area like this. So those are the features of a climbing wall.